Welcome back to Unlimited Recaps. Today we'll be diving into a thriller crime film from 1996 titled The Primal Fear. A young boy named Aaron is arrested for the murder of Archbishop Rushman, who was brutally killed. His palm was half cut off, and then he was attacked multiple times. It seemed as though someone wanted to make him suffer. Aaron, the suspect, tried to flee and reach the railway tracks. Before the train could arrive, he crossed the tracks, and the police, still on the other side, watched the train pass. When the train left, the police found Aaron exhausted hand, unable to run far, eventually catching him. This news spread through the media, claiming that Aaron, a boy serving in the church, had killed the archbishop. Though the arrest was made, Martin believes something else. He is convinced that Aaron has been made a pawn in this case because he's an easy target, but there's someone else behind this whole scheme. Martin's subordinates, who work with him, don't fully trust his theory. They believe Aaron is guilty since bloodstains were found on his clothes at the crime scene. What more evidence do we need? They ask. Martin suggests that it could all be a setup and the real murderer is still out there. His subordinate counters by saying that footprints matching Aaron's were found in the house, and his DNA was present on objects. What more is needed to prove Aaron's guilt? They question. For now, Martin doesn't have an answer, but he is eager to take on this case, which is making headlines in the media. In this process, he meets Aaron, who is currently imprisoned. When they meet, Martin tells him, "Look, I'm a famous attorney from Chicago. I can get you out of this case." Aaron responds, "But I can't afford to pay you." Martin replies, "Don't worry about it. I'll fight this case for free, and I'm not doing you any favors. It's my job to take on high-profile cases. Even if I don't get money, this case will bring me fame. Now, just tell me, did you commit the murder?" Aaron says, "No, I didn't kill anyone. I'm being framed." Martin asks, "Tell me everything that happened there. Was there a third person present?" Aaron, trembling, says, "I remember standing in front of him, but suddenly I felt dizzy. My hands started shaking, I began stammering, and then I don't remember anything that happened." So Martin returns with all these details and thinks, "I must save Aaron at all costs." To do that, he needs to prove that someone else was there, but how will he do that? His opponent in this case is Janet, who used to work under Martin. They were once in love, but that relationship no longer exists. Janet has now built her own reputation and works for another prominent attorney. Her boss is putting a lot of pressure on her to win the case. She has been warned that if she loses, she'll be fired. Amidst all this, the trial begins. Martin requests the judge for more time to further investigate the case, and his appeal is granted. Martin begins to suspect Jones and wonders why he is so interested in this case. Upon investigating, he discovers that Jones had $1 million investment tied to a project that was halted. This forced Jones into a tough situation, and Martin suspects that Jones might have plotted the murder and framed Aaron as part of the scheme. It turns out that Archbishop Rushman had received many threats before his murder. Martin believes that Jones orchestrated the murder and framed Aaron, but how can he prove it? There must be some evidence. He visits Aaron again, and during the conversation, Aaron starts stammering. After a while, his face changes and he starts behaving strangely. It seems like Aaron is not the only one there. He transforms into someone else. Suddenly, Aaron grabs Martin by the collar and says, "I'm the one who killed Rushman. No one will ever know the truth. I will survive and you won't be able to do anything." He can't be controlled. After calming down for a while, Aaron returns to his normal self. Seeing all this, Martin feels that the case is heading in a completely different direction. He assigned Molly to look after Aaron and told him to talk to Aaron and find out the truth, recording everything that happens during their conversations. Martin did as instructed, and many times it happened that Aaron's hidden personality started coming out. He would become aggressive and break down. Aaron told Martin that he had been abused by his father in his childhood, as well as by other people around him. Because of this, another personality developed within him, one that seeks revenge against everyone, and he became a victim of dissociative identity disorder. The split personality, Roy committed the crime. But did Aaron's split personality Roy kill Riemann? This is what Martin is wondering now. Martin is unsure what to do. If he presents Aaron's disease in court, the case will take a whole new direction. So far, the court has believed that a third person was present at the time of the murder. If Martin claims that Aaron is mentally ill, how reliable will his statements be? And what will happen to his credibility? Amidst all this, Martin and his subordinate tracked down Obero, and it was discovered that the team led by Riemann and Naomi had been investigating. In the recording, it is clearly seen that Riemann was using 2 altar boys and a quarter girl for group sex, and Aaron was also involved. It appears that he was unwilling, but when asked about the girl in the video, He said that he loved her and had become very serious about her. After learning all this, Martin realized that Aaron had been tormented since childhood, abused by those around him, and forced into these acts. Eventually, Aaron's split personality Roy strangled Riemann and killed him. John is interested in this case because he fears that if it is proven Aaron did not commit the crime, his own name will be tarnished since he had threatened the victim. The entire issue of his investment scam will come to light. To save his own reputation, he is pressuring Martin to win the case at any cost. Now, Martin has only one option left. He must prove that Aaron does indeed suffer from a split personality. However, this will raise questions, as Martin had been saying all along that a third person was present at the time of the murder. Now, if he says that Aaron should be sent to a mental asylum because he is sick, who will believe this? Nonetheless, Martin sees this as the only way forward. In court, when Martin tried to draw attention to this fact, people mocked him, saying, "Now you're claiming that Aaron is insane. This is a clever tactic." One judge reprimanded Martin and warned him not to waste the court's time. The hearing was adjourned. In the next hearing, the court began questioning Molly, and he stated that Aaron suffers from an infection of the mind and that a second personality named Roy resides within him. This personality is the complete opposite of Aaron's real self. Aaron is unaware of Roy's existence and has no idea what Roy does or says. Molly also shed light on Aaron's childhood, explaining how Aaron inherited torment from his father and faced similar treatment from others. This allowed Roy to take control of Aaron, leading to the events we now know. Despite all of this, the prosecution dismissed the defense as an excuse, and the judge scolded Martin again, telling him not to pull such stunts in his courtroom. The case was adjourned to the next hearing. Now, Martin has one last option. If he can put Aaron in the witness box and get him to say something that aligns with the accusations, it will be proven that Aaron is truly mentally ill and should be sent to a mental asylum. He had made plans to go to school, but how was it going to happen? What if Aaron didn't transform into Roy? Martin showed Martin all the recordings where Roy took over Aaron whenever Martin asked questions in a loud voice. This indicated that only an intense interrogation could bring out Roy's personality. In today's hearing, they put the plan into action. At first, Aaron was calm while answering questions, but gradually, Roy began to take over. He suddenly jumped from the witness stand and grabbed Janet's neck, squeezing it hard. Everyone rushed to save her, and Roy threatened to kill her if anyone came near. After much effort, they managed to free Janet, and after a while, Aaron sat quietly, as if he remembered nothing. The judge then ruled that Aaron's split personality, Roy, was responsible for the murder of Archbishop Rushman, and Aaron was sent to a mental asylum. But one more truth was yet to be revealed. Janet had lost the case and was fired. Martin went to Aaron to inform him that he would now receive treatment. As Martin was about to leave, Aaron apologized for grabbing Janet's neck. Martin paused, realizing that if Aaron knew nothing about Roy, how could he remember grabbing Janet's neck? Martin turned back and asked Aaron calmly. A smug smile appeared on Aaron's face, revealing that he had fooled everyone, not just Martin but the entire world. When Martin asked if Roy was ever real, Aaron replied, "Roy never existed." Martin left, realizing that his trust in Aaron had led to a murderer going to a mental asylum instead of jail. Though Martin's theories were correct, he had been deceived by Aaron. This was not the end, but a beginning of another twist. Conclusion. In the end, Martin's unwavering belief in Aaron's innocence led him to uncover the dark truth behind the case. However, despite his efforts, Aaron's split personality, Roy, turned out to be a carefully crafted lie. Aaron had manipulated everyone, including Martin, to escape justice. While Aaron was sent to a mental asylum, the realization dawned on Martin that he had been deceived all along. This chilling twist revealed that the true villain was not Roy, but Aaron himself, leaving Martin haunted by the consequences of his misplaced trust. How did you like this story? Share your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and share this video. If you want us to recap another film, let us know in the comments. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, subscribe now and hit the bell icon. We'll meet again at another turning point in life.